What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over should you continue summoning on the Ultimate Escanor banner as a free-to-play player. I wanted to do this video, guys, because I've done this for Trader Melly's banner and I did it for King's banner. I thought this would be important since this is a end of year type festival banner. There's a lot of things to kind of go over about it, being that we also have a New Year's festival coming very soon, and also the value that the Escanor banner has. I wanted to discuss it in this video. Before we actually hop in and discuss that, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to 30,000 subscribers, man. Guys, we are at 27,640 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. So, if you have not hit the subscribe button already, definitely make sure to subscribe. And let's hop in and talk about if you should continue summoning on the Ultimate Escanor banner. Alright, guys, so this is the banner for Ultimate Escanor, and obviously depending on where you are on the banner, that could be something that you could definitely take into account if you want to continue pushing towards the pity. So from this point of view, I'm going to go from the point of view of that you pulled Ultimate Escanor already at least one copy. Okay, so let's say as an example, okay, let's say you pulled him, you got him at the 900 and you only got 1 out of 6 in one rotation, but so you're at the 0 right now, 0 out of 900 on the second rotation. Should you continue summoning if it's that scenario? I would say no. I would say, at that point you already have Ultimate Escanor. There's no need to continue going to 900 because that's another whole rotation you would have to do. And the next guaranteed SSR you would get is in 10 multi. So I would say from that perspective, I would say just stop summoning on the banner as a free-to-play player. Obviously, depending on the location on where you are on the banner, like let's say you pulled Escanor at, just as an example, let's say you pulled Escanor at 750, so like around this area on the banner, right? You're only 5 multis off of a dupe on Escanor. Is it worth it to get dupes on Escanor? That's going to be something we want to talk about for sure, right? Like if you're kind of late in the banner and you want to know if you should be getting a dupe or not, this is where we can kind of talk about it. So Escanor's dupes are very broken in that if you can get enough dupes, guys, you will get extra revives on the Final Flame. So depending on how much you value Final Flame, that can really determine if it's worth getting dupes on Ultimate Escanor for you. So if you're playing PvP and you use Ultimate Escanor on your main PvP team, getting dupes on him is not a bad idea. Something to take into account, which I'm going to pull up GC database to show you guys the way his ultimate scales, so you guys know how much dupes is required. So let me just switch my display. Alright, so Escanor's ultimate here, this is, depending on the dupes, this is how it's going to work, okay? So if you get 2 out of 6, you automatically get 2 Final Flame. Is that worth it? Is 2 out of 6 worth it for the 2 Final Flame? That could be worth it, right? Having that extra revive after you die, when you're able to attack, that could definitely be worth it. And in my opinion, if you go from 1 out of 6 to 2 out of 6, that's a really big jump. You get the 2 Final Flame, right, instead of 1. And your immolation actually increases from 0.2 to 0.4%. So you get an extra 0.4% additional damage for having higher HP or less HP, right? So that's definitely something to take into account. So if you're at 1 out of 6, let's say, and you want to go for the 2 out of 6, that's fine if you're close on the banner, right? If you're right at the pity, let me just zoom out again. If you're right at the pity, right? Like let's say as the example that I gave, if you're at like 750, then yeah, I mean, get the 2 out of 6, you get 2 revives, you get, 0.2% extra damage on your ultimate itself, and obviously the multiplier increasing normally. So I would say it's worth it. So now it's a question of where, if you're at, which I'm gonna go back on GC database here, if you're at, right, like let's say you're at 2 out of 6, right? And you want to go for the 3 out of 6. If you're at that exact same scenario, 750 in the banner, but you pulled 2 copies of Escanor, should you go for the 3 out of 6? In my opinion, at that point, I would say it's not worth it because you only get the Final Flame at the 4 out of 6. And then, at the 6 out of 6, you get the Final Flame. So you obviously want to look at the ultimate, guys, and see where, you're getting Final Flame buffs if you value Final Flame a lot. If you're playing PvP a lot, you're going to value this Final Flame because when you play in PvP and your Escanor dies, this is going to be the amount of times he can attack before he's screwed. Post editing amazing. I wanted to add in the video here that if you are a PvE player and you only really focus on demonic beast battles, OG demon, anything along the lines of where you're not gonna be reviving in the first place, then 1 out of 6 Escanor is completely fine. You do not need dupes. So if you're a PvE player, remember that Final Flame is going to be completely useless in PvE because you're not going to be dying with Escanor. Most of the time, you're going to be alive with him 99% of the time. So getting any dupes on Escanor is only really going to increase the damage of his ultimate. And depending on how much you value that can obviously, you know, give you the idea if you want to continue summoning or if you just want to stop summoning on the banner. But yeah, I just wanted to add that in because I didn't really mention PvE in the video. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Right, so that's something to take into account. If you really care about, you know, PvP viability with your ultimate Escanor, getting dupes is not a bad idea. But again, as a free-to-play player, personally speaking, I would only really go for like a 2 out of 6 at the most, unless, you know, obviously you pulled like 4 Escanors in one rotation or some bullshit, like some crazy luck, and then you're already at the pity type thing. Like, then go for it, right? But yeah, so that's another scenario. So now I wanted to also talk about the characters on the banner and why I would, you know, argue that this is still a banner worth summoning on, especially if you're, you know, in that range of like 750, right? So let's see here. So what are characters here that are very, very valuable? Festival King, such a valuable character. A lot of people underrate Festival King, but he like is just so good in terms of just general farming. You know, he's really good in some of the tower stages. He can be good in Demonic Beast battle depending on the Demonic Beast. So I would say King is a really good pick from the banner. Trader Meliodas, obviously second best character in the game. Such a good pickup. Definitely a character you'd want to get. Light Elizabeth, a lot of people underrate Light Elizabeth, but the thing is with her is that when you have a full goddess team around her, and if you're running that in Guild Boss or in PvP, there are scenarios where that team can still be very, very good. So, you know, Light Liz, very, very strong option from the banner. Obviously Red Tarmiel, you know, Festival Diane, another character a lot of people you know, disregard at this point because of Astarosa and all the characters that have released that kind of, you know, stop Diane's presence as much. She's still such a really, really good character, you guys. Like, don't underrate her. So, you know, in terms of the banner, a lot of the characters here that are featured, like especially the festival list, like Trader Melly, King, you know, Diane, Light Liz, like these are really, really good festival characters. The one Escanor, even though the one Escanor is still good on like Deer and other old Demonic Beast battles. So, you know, in terms of characters on the banner for you that you can pull, it's a really, really good banner as free to play, right? So when you're summoning, and if you're at a range of like, oh, I'm at 750, maybe I should go to the 900. Yeah, another 5 multis doesn't hurt, right? At that point, because you're so super close. Okay, so let's do another scenario where you're where I am on the banner, halfway in the banner. Should you continue summoning if you pulled Escanor halfway in the banner? Should you go to the 900? I would say at that point, no, because that's another half. That's another 15 multis you have to do, right? That's 15 multis compared to 5 multis, let's say, right? So if you're at like 750, it would only be 5. If you're at 450, that's 15 multis, right? So that's the difference that I would say is like, if you're free to play, you know, at that point, I would recommend you just save your gems, because worst case scenario, right, or not even worst case scenario, best case scenario is you hold on to your gems. We find out what the New Year's Festival banner looks like. If it's a really good banner, you saved your gems and you're able to spend it on that. Worst case scenario is you spend it now on Escanor's banner, and that banner becomes the best banner in the game, the New Year's banner, and then you're screwed, right? So holding onto your gems is never a bad idea. Remember, guys, Escanor's banner is going to go until the 2nd of January 2023. So you got a lot of time here, you know, the rest of this month and a little bit more. So, you know, take that into account. The New Year's Festival will release around New Year's time, you know, hence New Year's Festival. So when that character does release and we see what the banner looks like, and at that point I'm going to be doing a should you summon, and I'm going to let you know if that banner is worth it. And you can kind of compare, you know, if you have a lot of characters on this banner, let's say, you know, you own a lot of the characters on this banner, so you're only really missing like, you know, like Easton maybe, or like you know, Scotty, let's say you're only missing like 2 characters on the banner, that's fine. And the New Year's banner, if it's really, really good and has characters you need, then take your gems over to that banner, guys. So that's basically my whole thought process on if you should continue summoning as a free-to-play player. You know, there's a lot of value from this banner, especially if you're missing a lot of the festival characters on it, guys. So, you know, there's that. But you got to remember that New Year's Festival is going to be coming very, very soon, and that banner could be better than Ultimate Escanor's banner. We do not know yet, right? We're gonna have to wait and find out. So holding on to your gems is never a bad idea. And let's say the New Year's Festival does come out and it's not a really good banner and it doesn't have much value for you, then finish out the rotation on Escanor's banner, right? Because the banner will still be out when New Year's Festival banner releases. You will have like that grace period. You'll have about like 5 days, give or take, right? A little bit less than a week. So yeah, guys, that's basically my thought process on, you know, if you should continue summoning as a free-to-play. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. How many Escanors did you pull and how deep did you go on the banner? Let me know in the comment section below. And that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a good rest of your day.